Welcome to Looking Within, a podcast for the spiritual explorer in each of us. I'm Julie. I love to explore the inner life using contemplative practices, and I love to help others to do the same. In our time together, I hope you gain a sense of hope, meaning, joy, and love. As a Christian spiritual explorer, I hope to offer some thoughts to help you see God's presence and activity in ever-expanding ways. As you listen, ponder, and experience the divine, feel free to use the spiritual perspective you are most comfortable with in our practice today. Now, let's begin. As we conclude the first month of the new year in a few days, I'm betting that your pace of life, following some rest right after the holidays, kicked back into full gear once the calendar turned to 2020. The noise of a busy life can easily cover over the softer voice of the divine, telling you that you are God's beloved. As we talked about last week, keep finding opportunities to listen to that softer voice. Try to spend even a little time each day to be alone with God, to listen to the one who so much wants your attention, so you will hear who you truly are, a beloved daughter or son of God. This is the critical starting point for 3 vital dimensions and disciplines that help us on our spiritual journey: communion with God, where we hear and take in our identity as the beloved; community with others; and ministry to the world around us. Today, let's look at community. We need other people in our lives, don't we? Family and close friends who know and love us just as we are. Other friends, coworkers, and acquaintances, and those we incidentally encounter in daily life, all are important. Why? Because they are also beloved sons and daughters of God. As essential as it is for us to individually listen to the voice of God, it's even more important that we listen to that voice together, and from there, form community that loves and blesses each person. The late Catholic priest and author, Henry Nouwen, observes how people can form a sense of home and connection together, a true sense of community at its finest and deepest. Hear Nouwen's further description of community. He says, "The love that is spoken in me allows me to recognize the voice that is spoken to you. We can love each other. We can be very, very, very close, but we can also have some open space at times and leave each other some room and create a place where new life can be born, where new friendship can grow, where guests can be welcomed. That is community, the discipline of community, where the voice of love that we have heard can be heard sounding in the other, and calls us together to build home, to build family, to build community, to build a place of love." Nouwen points out that we shouldn't romanticize community. It's not always easy, is it? Wherever humans are interacting, there are frequently challenges. But there's also so much beauty, care, and love that can be in the mix as well. This makes me think of a Bible story, the one where Jesus visits Martha and Mary at their home. Martha stays in the kitchen to prepare the meal for their special guest. Mary sat at Jesus' feet, communing with him and enjoying community with him. Martha stayed outside the circle, as it were. Mary stepped into the circle, and the exchange of love and community between her and her dear friend made for a wonderful visit and a wonderful life for her. Let's think about that for ourselves as we enjoy some quiet moments together. In this quiet space and time, I'd invite you to gently close your eyes. I'll sound the Tibetan singing bowl, which will call you to look within. As you're listening to the bowl's reverberations, take 3 deep breaths. Then let your breathing return to normal whenever you'd like. Hear the sound of the bowl now. Let it center you. Let it remind you that God is here with you. Everywhere we turn, we encounter human beings who, just like us, are hungry to be loved and to belong. In community, we focus on each other. We talk and share our heart and mind. We exchange ideas or sentiments. We find commonalities. Where do you find community in your life? At home or work? With family or close friends? Out in the community with other friends and acquaintances? See how community is made up of individuals who are all beloved daughters or sons of God. Think of a group in your life where you feel loved, welcomed, and understood, and where you extend the same to the others. How does it feel to be a part of a community like that? I'll be back with you in about 3 minutes. I'd invite you now to take a few deep breaths, in and out, in and out. Let these breaths fill you with strength and energy. Hear me sound the Tibetan singing bowl, and as the sound of the bowl reverberates and slowly dies away, you can gently open your eyes, remaining still for a moment longer. Today we've been looking at community. It's a wonderful part of life to be accepted and loved and taken into a caring circle of friends or family. It's truly a space in which our belovedness in God meets up with the same in others. And then a flywheel of love, acceptance, and inclusion is set in motion, creating more community where new life can be born, where new friendships can grow, and where guests can be welcomed in. May you experience ever-growing communion with God and ever-expanding community with those around you. As always, it's been wonderful to be with you today as we share community while looking within. Thank you for making time for your inner self today. Whatever you've discovered and experienced, carry that with you in the coming days. You can find more episodes at our website, gloria-day, that's DEI.com/lookingwithinpodcast, or subscribe through your favorite podcast app. We'll see you next time.